Okay, and we are live. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with this evening's live stream. It is Monday, the 23rd of October, 7:30 p.m., where I am here in Spain, mainland Spain, on the outskirts of Madrid, and I hope everybody is well this Monday evening. Now, we're going to have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press, as we normally do, some comments that have been left on videos recently also, and in the second half of the video, around the 18, 19, 20-minute mark of the video, we'll go into the live chat and check out what is happening there. First piece of news today, and another storm has smashed parts of the country. Storm Bernard leaves 2 dead, several injured, and more than 2,000 incidents in Andalusia. In Andalusia, more than 2,000 incidents were caused by the rain and windstorm in the last hours of Sunday and until early Monday morning by the passage of Storm Bernard, which has 1 man dead in Trigueros, Huelva, and another in Córdoba capital, and at least 7 others injured in Granada, Moguer, Huelva, Córdoba, Jaén, and Fernán Núñez in Córdoba. The 2 fatalities were recorded late on Sunday. A middle-aged man died around 9:20 p.m. when his vehicle overturned after a landslide in Trigueros, Huelva, and a young man was found dead late on Sunday on a pavement on Motril Street in the city of Córdoba. So there we go, another storm, the second storm in around a week that has smashed the country. And here last night, very heavy rain. I took the dog out. Outside at around 11 p.m. and there was basically a river coming down the street. So heavy was the rain yesterday, and people wake up. There's traffic chaos. Metro lines are suspended and the like after the storm. So heavy storms falling, and some of the heaviest storms that we have seen in a long time, and heavy rainfall too. Second piece of news, and the Partido Popular is calling for new elections to vote on amnesty, referendum, and regional funding. The PP wants a return to the polls on the 14th of January. The party's Secretary-General, Cuca Gamarra, on Monday urged the PSOE party and Pedro Sánchez to call new elections so that all Spaniards can give their opinion on issues such as the amnesty, the independence referendum in Catalonia, and the regional funding system. Nobody has asked us, said the Popular leader in an interview on Antena 3's Espejo Público program. The Secretary-General, who denounced the clandestinity, of the negotiations between the incumbent government and the pro-independent supporters, defended the need to return to the polls because none of the issues that are now being discussed were raised in the 23rd of July campaign. Spaniards have not voted on amnesty, nor on the referendum, nor on ideological financing, nor on auctioning off the equality of Spaniards for 7 votes to stay in power, stressed Gamarra, who urged Sánchez to take this step if he is so sure that he has the majority backing of the electorate. So the PP obviously still feeling the pain after not getting the support needed in the country to control the country for the next 4 years. We saw the failed investiture attempt by that political party and its leader, Mr. Núñez Feijóo, I think last month. And Mr. Sánchez now has the chance to become Prime Minister, as we all know, providing that he can get the votes. And that's what many people think will happen, because he is bending over backwards, as we have seen, to please certain groups of people that hold the key to his success. Or, as we saw there, the country goes to new elections, which is what the opposition parties are calling for, because according to them, Mr. Sánchez didn't make his deals clear when he was campaigning back in July for that election, and a lot of these things have taken Spaniards by surprise, especially amnesties and referendums and all of these things which are apparently on the table. But anyway, we'll see what happens at the end of the month if Mr. Sánchez and company can get the support they need. Another piece of news here. And Galicia, this will be the first community in Spain to ban energy drinks in 2024. The consumption of energy drinks in Spain has been brought back into the debate after an increase in the sale of energy drinks to minors. The daily consumption of these drinks is equivalent to drinking between 200 and 400 milligrams of coffee, which would be the equivalent of 2 cups of espresso. However, the high sugar and caffeine content is not the main problem with energy drinks. Their long-term effects are still being studied, although it has been found that their consumption can cause stress, anxiety, insomnia, and kidney damage. The first Spanish region to ban the purchase of energy drinks in Spain from next year will be Galicia. Specifically, the Galician government is drafting a new law to prevent addiction. The new measure is intended to enter into force in 2024. So there we go, an autonomous community here in Spain deciding to crack down on energy drinks and the sale of those energy drinks to minors. You quite often see kids walking around as young as 10, 11, 12 with a can of Monster energy drink in their hands. Red Bull seems to have been pushed back out of the way, and there are now many energy drinks on display in supermarkets and convenience stores here in Spain. In fact, they dominate fridges in those shops. As I said, Monster brand, Yeti, and other energy drinks that are out there on the market. And young people especially, perhaps we don't know the true effects long-term of the influence of energy drinks in these people's diet. So we'll see what happens. But I remember when I was growing up, we didn't have any sugary drinks. It was all full sugar back in the day. And of course, we are living the consequences now with our dental bills. Another one here, and extreme heat had apparently caused 2,155 deaths in Spain this summer. The summer has been the third with the most deaths attributable to extreme heat, with 2,155 deaths, only surpassed by the summers of 2003 and 2022, which recorded 3,012 deaths, according to the CSIC data. We have suffered, in fact, 4 heat waves, 24 days of heat wave in total during the summer, with an average temperature from June to August of 23.4 degrees Celsius. A scientific team from the Institute of Environmental Diagnosis and Water Studies, the University of Valencia, and the Foundation for Climate Research has created an app that uses official data from the daily mortality monitoring MOMO system and temperature records from the State Meteorological Agency, AEMET, to calculate the mortality that has been attributed to moderate heat, extreme heat, and excessive heat in the months of June to August in Spain. So there we go, the hot summers. 2003 was a terrible year for deaths. 2022 also 3,012 deaths and 2,155 this year deaths attributed to the heat, which as we know was a hot summer, but 2022, as we saw, was worse. And the final piece of news here, Spanish actor and Oscar winner Javier Bardem on his favourite sport. Playing rugby in Spain is like being a bullfighter in Japan, he says. Spanish actor Javier Bardem's passion for rugby is well known. In fact, the winner of an Oscar and 6 Goyas, the Spanish equivalent, played in the rugby team of the Lycée Français de Madrid and became a member of the Spanish national team in 1986 and was even pre-selected for the youth team. So it's no wonder he didn't want to miss the Rugby World Cup in France. Before the semi-final between Argentina and New Zealand, which was won by the All Blacks, former player Jim Hamilton, now host of the Big Jim Show, asked Bardem on the pitch about his love of rugby, to which the Oscar winner replied, "I played rugby for Spain. I started when I was 9 years old and played until I was 23. It's my passion. I always say that playing rugby in Spain is like being a bullfighter in Japan." So a comparison there of what it's like to play rugby in this country. Not many people do. The Spanish national team, I'm not sure whether they qualified for the recent World Cup. I know that Portugal did. I don't think Spain did. I think there was controversy. They put in a player that didn't have Spanish nationality, if I remember correctly, and they were suspended from the qualifying rounds. I think that was the story. Don't quote me on that. But not making the previous or the current World Cup, the final still to be played. between South Africa and New Zealand, after New Zealand, as we saw there, smashed the Argentinian Pumas the other day. And what a one-sided game of rugby it was, not like the England-South Africa game, which was a lot closer, and a lot of penalties in that game, I must say. A lot of penalties scored. Surprising. But as we know, it is a way to score in that game. So Mr. Bardem, one of the few players that have put on a rugby boots in this country and represented his country, or at least made the national team there back in the day, but then going on to bigger and better things by becoming one of the I would say the most famous Spanish actor out there, after maybe Antonio Banderas. But what's happened to him, right? Now, let's have a look at some comments that were left. The first one from Sani, who's also in the chat today. Currently enjoying family time in Carlet, Valencia. Just caught up with Sunday's excellent live stream. I have to say that I enjoyed a glass of the Governor last night. Definitely smooth and sweet. One glass was sufficient, says Sani. Yeah, we saw the Governor yesterday. Didn't get a very good rap in the El País newspaper by one of the food critics in that newspaper, saying that if you don't like wine, the Governor is the drink for you. It tastes more like a type of fruit juice. I think black currant juice was or some type of grape juice, more than wine, full of sugar. But it is popular, as we know. Lots of people on this channel have drunk it or drink it regularly. And at $2.85 a bottle, some people think that they can't go wrong with that wine. And as we know, only available, I think, in Mercadona. So thanks, Sani, for that. And I'm glad that you enjoyed a glass of wine. Next one here from Ian. Hi, Stuart. I read somewhere a while ago that the hotel room cleaners in Spain are hard-working, low-paid, and recently deunionized. Since reading that, I have always left money for them on my last day at the hotel. What are your comments on that, please? Well, if they are hard-working, low-paid, that's fairly common here in Spain. Lots of people are hard-working and low-paid. Spain has a low-wage economy, low-salary economy, and there was an article in the paper today about it, whether it needs to change, whether people are going to start to make more money. Don't know, but there is a definite low-salary culture for a lot of people in this country. Some people, get lots and lots of money if they're lucky enough to work for one of these big companies. But the rest, people that clean hotel rooms and the like, or work in the service industry, not generally very well paid compared to some other places. And there's constantly newspaper articles saying, this is what I make as a waiter in Ireland. The Spanish guy who's gone to Ireland to work in a bar or restaurant, they always say, I make this amount of money, whereas in Spain I would be making this amount of money, and there's always a big difference. So I'm not surprised by that comment. Not sure about the deunionization of those hotel cleaners, but if that is the case, probably we could follow your lead there, Ian, and leave a bit of a tip on your way out, just to show your appreciation for that clean hotel room without bed bugs, hopefully. Another one here from Pat. Pilgrims can, on the subject of bed bugs, pilgrims can put their backpacks in a sealable garbage bag. Yeah, thanks, Pat, for that. But I think the problem was that they weren't doing that. They were just whacking them on top of each other on some type of bus or transport, and the bed bugs were moving from one backpack to another, and therefore infesting various hostels in Galicia, or at least that was the claim from a hostel owner, I think in Caldas de Reis, I think it is, in Pontevedra. So that's the issue there. But Pat points out that maybe there is a way around it by isolating your backpack by putting it into a garbage bag before you throw it on the bus. Not sure, but thanks, Pat, for that. And we'll see if that fixes the problem or not with the chinches, or bedbugs, as they're called in English, here in Spain. Another one here from Raymond. Thanks, Stuart. A great video and much appreciated by someone like me who is thinking of retiring to Asturias or Galicia. The only thing that I'm hesitant about is the weather from November to February. It would be brilliant if you could look at these cities in these inclement months and give us your view. Your opinion is highly valued. Thanks, Raymond, and I hope all goes well with your possible move to either Asturias or Galicia, your retirement in one of those two places. And when it comes to weather, from the months that you mentioned there, November to February, or maybe even longer, October sometimes through to March, April, the weather is not the best. It's Atlantic storm weather. Those storms pass through there very, very quickly, and often it's the part of Spain that cops the brunt of the storm. And, of course, being bang smack on the Atlantic Ocean, you get all those strong winds that come with the storms that come through there. Portugal's similar. They get those Atlantic storms coming through. Difficult to deal with, and also the humidity in that part of Spain as well. If you're not used to it, or if you don't want to continue living in a place with high humidity, then maybe not the place for you. And the north of Spain, the green Spain, green for a reason, and it is the humidity and the rains up there. I'm not sure on the exact amount of rainfall. You'd probably have to have a look on some type of internet page or weather app for that. But the times that I have spent in those places in the winter, it's normally, stormy period. Then you get some fine weather, cold but fine, storms, fine, storms, fine. And if you're really unlucky, you can get a long period where it just constantly rains. And I was speaking to somebody the other day that spent 2 years in a military academy in Ferrol, which is in Galicia, and he also spent time in Pontevedra as well at a naval academy there. And he said one winter it rained for 4 or 5 months straight. So that's what can happen. Whether it does happen that frequently, I don't know. But that's the issue with that part of Spain. But to get that green lush look, you need rain, right? Another one here from Patricia. We are Atlantic coast here in Tenerife. Water temperature is between 24 and 26 degrees Celsius here. Even now, 25 today. It gets as low as 19 midwinter, or it did. Yeah, the Atlantic, we mentioned this yesterday because of the water temperatures in Galicia, I think it was, Asturias, Galicia, cold water up there. And even Portugal, the place that I go to, in Portugal, very cold water. In fact, some of the coldest water that I've ever seen. And Patricia pointing out there, it's the same ocean down there in the Canaries, but I reckon it's probably a little bit warmer by the time it gets down to that different climate, right? Rather than up in the northern part of Spain, where you're getting those colder currents coming through, I think. But I have even heard that compared to the Mediterranean, the water in the Canaries is different as well. I think it got up to around 29, 30 in some parts of the Mediterranean this summer gone by. So 24, 25, 26 in the Canaries. Decent, I'll take it. Thank you very much. And the final comment here from West, fruit and veg and olive oil. It's cheaper in the UK nowadays. Now 1 litre of olive oil, it's on the shelf for a hefty €11, a total rip-off. There are no price controls in place. They charge whatever they want. A single broccoli, it's €2, says West 5828, complaining about the prices of things here in Spain and saying that the UK is cheaper. And it could be the case. I don't know. Haven't been to a supermarket in the United Kingdom for a while, so I can't say how much it costs. But somebody did send me a picture of a bottle of olive oil from, I think it was, I can't remember whether it was Tesco's or another big supermarket brand in the UK, and it was cheaper than here, definitely. But there was no guarantee that it was Spanish olive oil. It was one of these blends. And if you watch a video on YouTube, you'll see that sometimes those blended oils, there might be something dodgy going on with them. But because people are not experts on olive oil, or the majority, I would say, are not experts in olive oil in places like the UK or Ireland or the rest of Europe, in fact, unlike here in Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, where people know olive oil like they do water, then it's probably easier to fool them than it is here. So I think that would be the case. But here, yeah, 10, €11 for a litre. Maybe you can get it on special if you can get 3 for the price of 2 sometimes in the big supermarkets, and other offers that you can pick up. And basically that's what Spain has become. It's a place where you just go out and look for offers at the supermarket constantly. If you see broccoli on special, pick it up. If you see oil on special, pick it up. If you see anything on special, probably a good idea to pick it up rather than waiting. Now, that's the end of the news and comment. Time to go into the chat section. Before I do that, I'm just going to put the email address up on the screen if people want to send me photos like the one that I'm going to put on the backdrop here, which was sent in by John down in Almeria. A nice sun peeking through the clouds picture there. Thank you very much for that, John. Cloudy day down there. Apparently it's it is a place called Agua Dulce in Almeria. And a lovely picture here from John, taken from probably an apartment building there, I would say, overlooking that Mediterranean Ocean in one of my favourite parts of Spain, Almeria. Down there, eastern Almeria, eastern Andalusia, I should say. And the email address is this one here, spainspeaks@gmail.com. Send them through. And also, if you've got any news that you would like to bring my attention, that's the email address too. Like button on the screen also. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. Here's the like button here. If you can, or just below the video, you will find it in real time. So hit that like button, please. We're currently at 57. Maybe you'll be like 58, 59, or even like number 60 if you hit it now. And the people that have supported the channel recently, thank you very much for that. The support, super thanks, super chat on the live streams, buying me a coffee, appreciated, and longer term supporters on Patreon. Thank you for keeping this channel alive in 2023. Now, chat section, let's go there. Let's see what's going on. I'll just scroll up to the top firstly. The first person that I can see in the chat is Jonathan down there in Uruguay, in the Cono Sur of South America, as they call it. Hello, Jonathan. Hope you are well. Amanda's in the chat, coming in from Chile, Shropshire. Andrew coming in from also probably cold as well, I would say. Wet London, southeast. Hoping all is well. Good to see you, Andrew. Barbara coming in from the Playa Flamenca here in Spain. Another pleasant day with 24 or 25 degrees this afternoon. Fantastic. No storm, Barbara? Gigi coming in from Northern California. Thunder and lightning there. Yes, those thunderstorms. Sani, we saw a comment before. Back. Oh, no, still in Carlet. We've even had rain. Back to Basingstoke. Mañana is Sani. Hope all goes well with the trip, Sani. High flyer John coming in here from Almeria Airport. Maybe this is John's photo. It probably is. It could be. Let me check if the person who sent it through's name was John. Yes, maybe it is the same person. If it is John, thank you for the photo. Hope you all goes well with your trip back to the UK too. Tony coming in from Gran Alicante. Osuakit back in the chat. Glad to be catching a live stream. Been missing the last few days due to scheduling conflicts, or scheduling conflicts, as you would say there, no doubt, in the USA. Ross coming in from Valencia, formerly of the United States, now resident here in Spain. Maga, also a resident down there in Valencia, or the Valencian community, El Campello. Renan in the States, Los Angeles, saying good day to everyone. Richard coming in from North Yorkshire, another regular viewer. Philip coming in from Lleida, or Lerida, if you don't know the Catalan version, the Castilian Lerida, Lleida in Catalan. Amanda we'll be lighting a fire soon. It's that cold. There we go. Jose Antonio coming in from the royal city, which is Ciudad Real here in Spain. No royals living there. Maybe Jose Antonio has some royal blood. Don't know. Richard coming in saying hello to Amanda also. Fire's been on for a week there. But don't like the cold. Fire, eh? The old fires. I don't think too many have been lit where I am currently recently. No doubt they will start to be lit. I saw a truck delivering wood to a neighbour maybe last week, I think it was. So getting ready. Stephen, back in the UK now, managing to join the live stream. Interesting viewpoints on the governor. Too sweet stick to my Rioja, says Stephen. Probably so. That's right. If you find one that you like, but as we saw yesterday, each to their own. You can like whatever you like, and some people do like the governor. Couldn't make it to the live stream in a while. Hope you're well. Exploring with Jen. Thanks, Jen, for that. Good to see you back. Pamela coming in from San Juan de los Terreros, I think it is. I think so. Jimbo, sports fan, Cricket World Cup, Australia won, and Australia play today. Australia won and Australia play today. I think that's today, one word, Jimbo. Today, I think. Marco coming in from central Portugal. Regards. Thanks, Marco. Good to see you. I'll get back to that email. I did find it, so I'll get back to that soon. Stephen usually spends around €6 on a bottle of red, which is usually equivalent to about 8 or 9 in the UK, the price comparison. So what you get here for 6, you get for around 8 or 9 in the UK. That's the way I read that. Paul is drinking his way through 24 bottles of Estrella Galicia, bought recently. Like them. Thanks for the tip. Glad you like them, Paul. It's one of my favourites. Got some on special the other week too. There was, I think it was, what was it? I think 2 packs of 10. One was, I think the second one was 70% off or something like that. I can't remember. So I picked up 2 packs. Lovely. Taraz coming in, enjoying the live streams. Watch every time you have any other video, whether it's afterwards or during. Live in Denver, Metro, Colorado. Thank you very much, Taraz. I'm also Young Spirits Singing. Is that? Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that one. Angela and John coming in from, where are they? Menorca, still warm there. Catching up on the live stream again. Haven't seen you guys for a while. What else? Let's have a look. Light rain in Montevideo. They're in Uruguay. Andre, I think this is, coming in from Cape Town, South Africa. Going into their, in their spring, heading into summer soon. Chica con suerte. Winter is definitely on the way in London, says La Chica con suerte. Lucky girl would be the translation. Anthony, talking about, what's this? Olive oil, is that? Best if people seek out olive oil cooperatives for cheap prices and genuine quality. Yeah, Anthony, but you got to be in an area where you have one of those, or try to buy it online, and you might save a little bit of money, but prices today are expensive everywhere. Philip, just a quick hello from Grey, Malaga. Trying to watch on the bus, coming back from El Palo. Bus number 8, apparently. Adam saying lycée is pronounced lycée, and it's masculine, meaning high school. Thanks for that, Adam. What else we got going on here? Greetings from Shallow in the Halon Valley. Tony, good to see you, Tony. Joseph coming in from Glasgow, normally Orihuela Costa. Jeffrey is the last one that I can see from Casas de Benitez in Cunca, or Cuenca, I think it should be, Casas de Benitez. Close to Albacete, I believe, also is that place. Now that's the end of the chat, a quick chat section today. Not a lot of that activity going on there. So I'm going to wrap the live stream up. It's been a pleasure as always this evening. And I'll be back again tomorrow with some more news, some more comments, and some more chat. So I hope to see you then. Hasta luego, hasta entonces. Buenas noches.